Yes.
being a teenage mother who
Say that.
broke stereotypes, big
Yes.
time, big time.
Yep.
So talk about like the effects of Jada Productions on your life, on you, on your life.
It's been very, very, very impactful. I seen you promoting for like a show and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do that. I was like, we do this, okay. So it was really. I did a couple of 16s. I was a part of J Dove Academy. Yeah, I love dancing. I love mentoring kids.
This the warm up. Beat riddles on the track, J Dub with the flow. He body in the map, anywhere did he go? On point, team sharper than most. Team leader, he inspired your growth.
Hey, quick question. You ever thought about having a Quinces Sweet 16? Or you're planning one for your child? I know you're probably talking to family members or you're watching YouTube, right? But the process is still overwhelming. Okay, so my name is Mariano Martinez, and over the past 20 years, I've been doing memorable Quinces and Sweet 16s for all of my clients. I've been able to make their court members, chambelanes, look like professional dancers, even if they weren't. And I've been able to take the stress away from all of my clients.
Thank you, J Dub Productions.
Now, I just created a quick case study video about this whole process. If you want the video, click the link below, put in your best email, and I'll send that right over to you. Looking forward to talking to you. Y por supuesto que sí, también hablamos español. Peace.
What's going on, boss? Everything's good, Leon. So Jeffelyn, how are you, my love?
I am well. Thank you for asking.
You're well, you're well. Excellent. No, that's not a problem. So tell us about yourself, a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Jeffelyn Baltazar-Martinez by marriage. And I am Garifuna. And I haven't been in as many Sweet 16s as I thought I have. But I was a part of J Dove Academy. So I did do like a show with you guys. So yeah, I love dancing. I love mentoring kids, and that's about it. I do a whole lot of.
Okay, let's go back. So you're a J Dove veteran.
Yes.
You've been in J Dove Productions in different ways throughout the years.
Yes.
Right. So how many Sweet 16s have you been in?
4.
You've been in 4. Those were whose?
So I know I did Boo Boo Sweet 16, which is Luann.
Boo-Boos, yes.
I did
Luann Ellington.
Yes. I did Daisy Sweet 16. That's Daisy.
You did Daisies. Yep.
I did well, I can't think. My brain follicles is not working.
Edith?
Yes, Edith and Jasmine.
And Jasmine's. Yes. Edith, Jasmine, Daisies, and Luann's. Those are your 4.
Yes. So only.
Okay. So,
Yep.
So talk about like the effects of J Dub Productions on your life, on you, on your life.
Well, it's been very, very, very impactful throughout the years, I would say. In the beginning, it was just another outlet for me because me busy and everything. So my first dance group that I've ever been in was actually a Garifuna dance group by the name of Ilagale, where James Lavelle, Dion, I don't know his last name, but he was like my music teachers. So they actually taught us how to read, write, and sing Garifuna music. And then, my 2 teachers, Dorina Castillo and Eleanor Bullock. So it started with them. And that was from when I was like 4.
Okay.
So then from there, then it's regular school. I joined regular dance. And then it was the Sweet 16s. And then I was like, oh, okay. I was like, we do this? Okay. So it was really cool. I did a couple of 16s. And then I seen you promoting for like a show and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do that. And that's when you were on Intervale. You were like teaching at a school in Intervale. And we used to
117.
Yep. I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that. I was there.
Yes. Okay. Yes. PS 117. Yeah. So that was the beginning of what's now known as J-Dub Dance Academy. So
Yes.
a lot of people didn't know it. You know, back then it was what did we call it? We called it Encore Dance Academy.
You know, in my mind, I always thought it was J-Dub Academy. I promise you. Like, I really always thought it was. To my
Got
knowledge.
you.
I'm sorry.
Got you. No, go ahead.
If I could do the.
What's on here? Put that down. Hold on a second.
And
Facebook.
hi,
On Instagram.
Daisy just
Join us
joined.
on Instagram.
Girl,
Yes, I see Daisy. J-Dub Productions. All right, cool.
All right.
Over here.
Come in.
Yes.
All right.
You good over there?
Ooh. Okay. Ooh. All right, I'm good.
Really not understanding why. If somebody knows how to
I'ma see.
navigate this where I can get on, go ahead.
Hey, come on me. Cause I just came on real quick. Because
okay, you're on live.
I came on
Okay.
my book and I was like, oh my gosh, come back on at 8. So we gotta
all right, let me try to figure this out. All right. People, give me a second. Let me see. We might get on Jeffelyn's page. Let me see something. I'm gonna send you a request right now.
Wait, from
on your Facebook page.
Because right now I'm on
Okay, you're live right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me go on your live.
Wait. I feel like it's mad close, like right here. Let me see.
You guys on my page, if her page goes live and allows me to join her, I'm gonna. This thing is echoing. Let me see.
You have to lower down the Facebook one, and we just go on the Instagram and respond to the people when we see them.
Yo, this technology stuff, y'all. But see, this is the one thing that I will say, because I was thinking about it earlier as well. Like, I'm really not afraid to like make mistakes.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? So, and make live mistakes.
Go ahead. We're gonna have a whole production team. We're gonna send people packages like they do in the verses.
Facts. Facts.
All right, you
okay? I'm on, but it's not giving me the.
No, comment or something. Okay.
Got you.
Okay. Hi guys. Right now we're trying to. Wait. Okay.
So we're trying to connect on Jeffelyn's page also.
We're trying to connect on Facebook Live as well. So thank you, and we apologize for the delay.
Pardon the delay.
Yes. Sorry, let me see. But where you at?
And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't pull up the computer. It's not gonna pull up the computer.
Oh.
It'll pull up my phone. It pulls up phones, but it won't pull up computer. I don't know why.
What if I find you? Hold on, I'm gonna find you.
All right, let's try that.
Let me see.
Let's try that. We got 2 over here. We got 9 over here. Everybody joining in. Kathy.
Hi guys.
Welcome. Daisy, everybody. Thank you guys for being with us.
Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. It says I invited you.
It does. Let me see something.
No?
It popped up on my phone. It's not popping up. Hold on a second. Hold on. I got it. Let me see something.
Still, I'm trying to get on. We're live on Instagram.
We're live on Instagram, people.
Wait.
Nah, it's not letting me go into my. Hold on. All All right, we're about to drop the. Well, no, we can stay on Facebook, but
they're gonna hear you, and then they're gonna just see.
they're gonna hear you on Instagram, and they're gonna see me on Facebook.
Hell.
Which is, it's gonna have to be what it's gonna be. We did this the same way last week. This is exactly why we just left it and dropped it last week.
Okay.
Who's calling from Tennessee?
All right, so everyone on my Facebook, thank you for joining. We are live with J-Dub Productions, so you guys are going to hear him live. Well, you're going to hear him, but you ain't going to see him. You're just going to see me. If you want to see us all together, please go on Instagram and go on J-Dub Productions or on my Eminently You Instagram. That's what I'm using. Yes.
Perfect. Yes.
Right? So,
perfect. Yes.
Yeah, whoever wants to stay on and listen, that's cool. And we're going to get back to this because everybody's on. Hi, people.
All right. So where were we? We were talking about the academy, basically.
Oh, yes.
J-Dub Production, J-Dub Dance Academy. What is now J-Dub Dance Academy? It was Encore. And Encore, was it Encore? I'm trying to remember if Encore, yes, it was Encore. And it was called Encore because it was opened up after the Sweet 16s and you guys had nothing else to do after the rehearsals.
That makes sense.
Yes. So that's why it was called Encore. Yep. So that was the main thing and the main reason why we opened it up. Because it was called Encore. So you did a few shows. How many shows did you do with us?
One.
You did one. You did the main show that we did in Lehman College.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But
that
we like when you did the Garifuna one, I danced with you then as well. When we choreographed that for the it was J-Dub Productions. It was Chicho.
Yes, it was a blend. Yeah, that was a whole different. Yeah, you did that one as well. That was a whole different one. Yeah, got that right again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we'll get to that one. So, what are the effects? Did we do that? The effects of J-Dub Productions.
I would say that on me. I would say continuation. If that's continuation, perseverance, right? So to just continue, just keep going. Because as I said, like I've been to Sweet 16s before I ever worked with you, and then I've been to Sweet 16s after I've worked with you, and it's like you've never stopped. Like it didn't matter what anyone said, it didn't matter what anyone did. It didn't matter, and you kept going. So I would say that's one of the main things that I learned from you. Like, just don't give up. Like, this is what you want to do. And even if for right now you're impacting 2 kids, in the future, those 2 kids are going to multiply, and it's going to multiply, and it's going to multiply, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yes.
And
yes.
That's what
Absolutely.
I would. One of the main things that I've taken from J-Dub Productions.
Okay. I'm like trying to multitask. How did you feel being in like the first Sweet 16 that you did, right? And the fact that was choreography not new to you as a dancer, but new to you in Sweet 16s?
Yes. Sweet 16s, yes, because the surroundings was different, right? In school, everyone is there with one motive. The hard part about Sweet 16s is a lot of people are in these Sweet 16s and they don't want to be. When you're taking dance in school, everyone who is taking dance wants to be there.
Wants to be there, correct.
So in Sweet 16s, there was a lot of just threats and a lot of, listen, that's your cousin, so you got to do it. I don't care. And you better look, better smile. And then it's like, but I don't want to. So,
right.
with people who don't want to be there.
You know, so here's 2 things, right? So one, the reason, like I always knew what mix and what group I had.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Those who wanted to be there, those who did not want to be there at all, and how to work and balance out the two.
Right.
You know, and remember, I don't know if you remember, that was always a question. Like, okay, who wants to be here? Who's being forced to be here?
Right.
And then how do we make it work? And even though you're forced to be here, maybe don't want to be here, how can I still make this a great experience for you? You know,
Yes.
You know, make it work and make it a great experience for you. Allow you to take something away from it, you know? And so I went in with all of that in mind. You know, I went in with all of that in mind. Okay, some people don't want to be here. Again, some were not dancers at all. Some were moving in that way for the first time.
Right.
You know, some were moving in that way and in that capacity for the first time. Some were working in groups for the first time.
Right.
You know? So I had to throw in, you know, everything of all these elements and try to pull it together and make it work. The other thing is, when I started out doing these like the choreography and all that, of course I'm a dancer and I always love dancing, right? And I always also love doing the youth empowerment work.
Right.
So that's why I was able to couple it and bring it together. The other thing was, I had gone to a lot of Sweet 16s when I was younger, and I knew that you guys paid all this money for dresses. The guys paid all this money for tuxedos. And back in the days, it was just a matter of you get dressed, they called your name, you walk out, you bow, and that was it.
Right. And then but everybody danced to Tiempo de Vals, and that's about it.
And that was it. And that was it. And that was it, you know? So I was like, yo, how do I give them something back? How do I give them something worth their money,
right,
and worth their time?
Right.
You know, worth their money and worth their time.
That makes sense.
So like, so I was like, okay, we're gonna do, you know, choreo, this and that. And again, like, I don't know, you remember Denise, right? You remember Denise? You remember Denise?
A lot of Denise that I know, so I'm not sure which one you're.
Okay, so Denise was the one who worked directly with me. She's one of the founders also of Jada Productions. Yes. So what happened was, she started off helping me with Jennifer Sweet 16, and Jennifer had 32. Jennifer had 32 damas and caballeros, 16 guys and 16 girls.
Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna work with 32 by myself. So Denise worked with the girls, I worked with the guys. But once I saw what she was doing with the girls and choreography, I was like, all right, I gotta step everything up with the guys. So that's how we started even doing more work and stepping it up, you know what I mean, with choreography and things like that. So we was able to get by the time we got to Edith, it was like, okay, we pulled out umbrellas. Y'all had umbrellas, so we had to work with props, all of that.
No, we had the fans. That was for Jasmine.
Jasmine had the fans.
Yes.
So we had to work with fans and all of that. Yep. So that's when we was working with the props and all that stuff like that. So definitely.
It's definitely harder than it looks, because I know then I started choreographing Sweet 16s. So I choreographed Alika's Sweet 16, which is Boo Boo's younger
sister. Right.
Boy. Okay. Honestly, learning from like my experience, I'm not gonna lie, I started off straight up with threats. Period.
Dang.
I didn't even want to give them a chance to try me. Like, I felt like this is a lot. This is a lot. So I was like, all right, if you don't want to be here, get out. Does that, right? That was my rule. And then I was like, I know everyone's parents, so if I have to throw something at y'all, then I will go on ahead and call your mother and tell her that I threw something at you.
Lord have mercy. You threatening these children?
I'm like, listen, I don't need y'all to think that I'm playing with y'all. But it turned out really great. And I was like, okay. So then from there, I choreographed a lot of other Sweet 16s, and it was dope. I got better and better and better, because then watch what I put together. So I watched Chalika's one, and I was holding the candles the whole time. And everything was like back to back the way I had it set
Yeah.
up. I won't
Yeah.
my mind, but I lost my
Yeah.
mind because I'm there like, oh my God, it's so nice. And then homecoming, and I'm like, they're all looking at me like, you got the candles. I'm like, just do it without the candles. Do it without the candles. Hug her, kiss her. You don't got
Wow.
what happened.
Wow, a little blooper. No, but that's all, and that's all a part of it. You know what I mean? That's all a part of it, because little by little you start learning more and more and more and more and more.
Right.
You know?
Right. It's
Yeah,
like
little by little you start learning more.
and then you're like, all right, don't hold the candles.
Right.
Put it aside. Make sure it's right there where they could see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And even that, because I don't know if you remember, like everything for me was like, we're gonna choreograph every step. Because what's gonna happen is your nerves are gonna hit you that day, and your body's gonna forget your brain is gonna forget what to do.
Exactly.
But your body will remember, I rehearsed going this way. Yeah, you
right.
rehearsed going that way, and that's exactly where it's at.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is all jump. Okay, so now you from there have started on your own stuff.
Yes.
Even you left New York,
yeah.
right? And you started your own production company up in Atlanta, right? So one, what made you leave New York?
Oh boy.
And then two, we gonna see a production company. Go ahead.
Okay, so why did I leave New York? I actually lived in Florida for about 4 months, and those were the happiest 4 months of my son's life. And just seeing him, even though he was 2, like what does a 2-year-old know? But just seeing that he was free enough to like go outside and play, and I didn't have to be physically there 24/7 in front of his face.
All right, dancers, choreographers, listen. I know that it's kind of difficult sometimes to make money as a dancer choreographer. This is what we've been told. This is what's been put in our mindsets and all that stuff like that. But in reality, that's not true. The myth of the starving artist is over, okay? Click the link. Purchase the ebook. It's only $37 right now. It's Money Strategies for Dancers and Choreographers.com. A bunch of different ways for dancers and choreographers to make some money. Okay, it's all in the ebook. $37. Trust me, it's going to go up, because the value that you're going to go in there, that you're going to get from there, you can actually purchase the ebook a million times over. So the content and the value is really high. It's going to go up. For right now, $37. All right? Purchase the ebook, click the link, or go to Money Strategies for Dancers and Choreographers.com. Money Strategies for Dancers and Choreographers.com. Purchase the ebook piece.
And it wasn't like you got to sit in front of the TV and that kind of stuff. And feeling that experience made me feel like, yeah, New York is not it. I don't know where it is but New York is not it, because there's no way you're going outside without me. Absolutely
right.
not.
Right.
So yeah, we decided to do Atlanta because I had one uncle here that I didn't even really know, but it all worked out for the best. And just having a little black boy in the Bronx, in the South Bronx, is not okay. It makes us stronger, because I'm not down the South Bronx. Like I feel like I am how I am because of the South Bronx, right? Like we know how to take the trains. We're tough. We're go-getters. We keep going, just like the city of New York. That we don't sleep. If we want to get something, keep going. But there's a lot of other states, like in Georgia. Boy, nobody got nothing to do here. It's like people are beeping and stuff. And when people beeping, we like, New Yorkers, because people here, they don't beep. I didn't know the beep was in my car when I first moved here, because I never had to.
You know the horn work because you have to use it.
Facts.
Okay. That's what's up. So and I like what you're saying about like even moving, you know what I mean, to a whole nother place and all that, and even the fact that you did it for your son. So that's that's great. Over here, true. Sometimes it's not until we get out that we realize there's something better somewhere else.
You know what though? It's funny because a lot of people have asked that and have mentioned that. And it's like, I don't feel like that can sort of kind of relate to us as Garifunas, because we've been out. Like most of the Garifunas I know, our first passport, we don't even got a tooth in our mouth yet. So we're used to traveling, so we know what
Mm.
looks like. We know what Honduras looks like. We know what Belize looks like, and that makes us feel like, why are we in the United States again? I know that was my first thought when I went over there. My mother was like, "Oh, this is your grandmother's house," and then my father's mother has like 3 houses right next to each other. I said, "Bruh, so why are we in New York? This man
Wow, we're new.
is right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why are we in New York? Like, why?"
You know what's crazy? I remember when I was going to Honduras when I was 6 years old, right, to see my grandmother for the first time. When my father took me to Honduras to see my grandmother and to see the rest of the family out there. And yeah, it was a whole different perspective. And I always tell the story, like I remember my grandmother doing something that looked familiar, but I didn't know what it was that she was doing. I couldn't exactly grasp the process she was using to do what she was doing, right? So, and back in that time, I'm about to age myself, but back in that time in the Pueblo, there was no electricity.
Right.
There was no electricity back then. So I'm seeing my grandmother heat up this little metal thing, right? This little metal thing on top of this big round thing with the fire underneath. And I'm trying to figure out, what is that? Right? So finally I saw her, she pulls out a shirt. She takes the metal thing off of the heat. She starts going over the shirt. And I'm like, oh, she's ironing.
Right.
And now I caught on to what she was doing because I had seen my mother do it.
Right.
But that experience just let me understand at 6 years old, there's always another way of doing something.
Say that. Say that.
There's always another way.
Say that.
Always another way. Yeah. And this is why I tell people now, and I always say, do it your way. Find your way. Don't there's like what? I don't know how many different ways of getting home or getting to a destination. Right? Yeah. You might want to take the train and then walk 5 blocks.
That's right.
Somebody else might want to take the bus all the way. Somebody else might want to just walk the whole way there.
Facts.
Nobody's wrong.
That's facts.
There's always another way. Choose your way, choose your path.
That's right. And not only that, but learn how to use what you have. Right? Because that's what was there. That is what was available to her. The goal is still to not be walking around wrinkly, looking like somebody who's your parent.
Exactly.
But the goal was ultimately the same, but she didn't have that electrical thing that we use to iron, but she made that work. So use what you have around you. Use
exactly.
Like it always works. And usually, yes, Grace, choose your path. Yes. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments while I'm going as well.
No, that's what's up. Definitely read the comments.
So yes,
because I'm reading them over here. Go ahead.
With what Grace is saying, choose your path is like usually the things that are around you is what's for you, right? Is what's for you to move on. Or is what's there, what you guys would think is like a hurdle, what's stopping you, that mountain.
Yes.
You think it's really stopping you. You were supposed to go around it.
Yes.
You wasn't supposed to take the shortcut because going
That's
around
right.
so much more. Now going around open up so many more doors. Like
more doors. Or even finding your way up and over it.
I'm telling you. And because that mountain wasn't there, then you would have got there in 2 seconds and you would have lost the process.
That's right.
You lose
That's
the
right.
Like so.
That's right. You know what's funny?
Or hurdles in a bad way.
Right. Yeah. And those things are part of the life lessons that are there to teach you. You know what I mean? The obstacles. Because a lot of times what I see now is people trying to get from like day 1 and they want to be superstars and millionaires on day 3. And it's like, no. And then if they don't get there by day 3, they want to stop and they want to do something else. And it's like, no, you got to trust the process.
Yes.
You have to go through the process. It's years and years and years. You can take a steady drop of water on a rock and it's going to bore a hole and eventually it's going to get through. But you got to stay keep it steady, and you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep going.
And don't compare, because you know what? As great as that sounds, or not great as that sounds, there are those people that it'd be like, you fall asleep, you wake up the next day, you like, how many views on Facebook? And I will say that about the Punta tutorial, because honestly, the Punta tutorial, the way that came about, my husband bought himself a camera, and we like, ooh, what are we gonna record? What are we gonna shoot? What are we gonna do? And we was like, I don't know, let's go to the park. We went to the park. And then it's like, oh, we should do a video. What are we gonna do a video about? I was like, I don't know, random. I promise you, nothing was planned, nothing was pre-rehearsed, nothing was nothing. Like, we just did that because my husband got a new camera. We went to sleep,
listen.
woke up, boom. I was like, what the? And I'm crying. All these videos I put on
Yes.
now, nada, 2 likes.
Hey, quick question. Are you a decision maker in school systems? You work for a nonprofit or a youth organization, and you're looking to either revamp your dance program or add one, and maybe your curriculum needs better culminating events, better outcomes, better deliverables? Well, my name is Mariano Martinez, and for the past 20 years, I've been using dance as a youth empowerment tool. I've been able to remove youth from gangs, prevent suicide, increase self-esteem, as well as encourage entrepreneurship. Now, I did a full case study video on how I've been able to do this. All you have to do is click the link, and I'll see you inside. Ay, por supuesto, también hablamos español.
But that's
Listen, yo, and that's how it happens. That's how it happens. And sometimes the things that are not planned are the things that are going to go viral. They're going to do, you know what I mean? All of this, they're going to go viral. They're going to get the most likes. They're going to get the most shares, everything. And you weren't even planning on that.
At all.
You know, it wasn't planned out there.
At all.
You know, you wasn't even planning on that. And that's the, again, but that's the part where some things are just meant to happen, and it's going to happen on its own time, and it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen.
That's right.
It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. And it's not going to always happen when you want it to happen.
Not that person's way. I
Say
said
again?
it's going to happen your way.
Yep. That's exactly right.
Can you hear me? Can you
That's
hear
exactly
me?
right. I can hear you. I can hear you. It's not me breaking up. I am on my Wi-Fi. There's a comment from Complete I Am. It really depends on how you look, see things in your journey. That's right. Also, lovely lady, obstacles and hurdles in life makes you stronger. That's right.
Yes.
They want yeah. Some want instant gratification. This is true. All of this stuff is true. I'm on IG Live right now, you guys, on Instagram at Jada Productions. You want to jump on there so you can see who I'm talking to, which is Jeffelyn Baltazar from Eminently You. She is a Jada veteran, dancer, choreographer. Jump on there with her and with us. Where is she? There you go. All right, cool. See? Okay, so you started, hold on a second.
All right.
It's the only thing. Here we go. Come on. All right.
All right.
You started, what was it? What you started off with first? Just being Garifuna.
Yes.
Right? So your journey has now taken you to do your own thing even further. You started off with just being Garifuna and then you switched it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You switched the name. Okay, so talk about just being Garifuna, why you started at just being Garifuna, and then why you switched the name and what the name is now.
So it started off as just being Garifuna because I wanted it to be more than just dance, but I feel like everything we do as Garifunas is very Garifuna, whether we like it or not. When we yell, when we cook, the way we cook, you know, the way we listen to other music, we look for certain instruments because of the way we grew up listening to certain music. I feel like our ears are universal because we're Garifuna. Just everything is literally Garifuna, like from the way we print the shirts and the way we wear our hair, even though it's like, okay, these are like crochet, Africans do it, but not like this. Like it is always a Garifuna touch, a little bit of Garifuna seasoning in everything we do. And I noticed that in people who are very Garifuna and those who don't even know they're Garifuna, right? Because there's some people in the world whose father was Garifuna, but their mother was American, and they grew up with their mother. So they don't know a lot about the Garifuna part of themselves, but they're like, ooh, I don't know why I always do this or why I always do this. And then it's like when you talk to somebody Garifuna, you're like, oh, it makes sense now. And it's like, yeah, you're Garifuna. So that's what I up with just being Garifuna. And it was really to cater our kids, right? So to our Garifuna kids. Like I said, the way I started in Ilagale, learning how to read, write, and speak and sing Garifuna music. I wanted that for every kid, because it's like, even if you know one song and you know how to write it and you know how to read it, like you will know how to write and read everything in Garifuna. Literally from when I was 4 to when I was about 10. That's what I was doing. And honestly, I can't speak it. I could speak it, but I need time to process my thoughts.
Process it. Yeah. Yeah.
We were sitting here on Facebook or texting or whatever, you would be like, nah, son. Like, my Garifuna is impeccable.
That's what's up.
Because of that.
Okay. That's what's up. I when I'm back home, and I usually like to go back home for a long time. When I'm back home, within like a week, I start speaking Garifuna. I start saying words, and I'm just like shocked because it's me, you know? But because of what has been instilled in me, and even the words that I knew growing up and hearing growing up, once I'm in a comfortable position and once I'm in a space where somewhat have no choice or the elders are speaking it, I just start saying, you know, different things and Garifuna words, and I'll be like, oh wow, like that's me. You know what I mean? which I'm shocked. But like we don't I feel like we need to practice it more here. And that's one thing, that's another thing that even now I'm gonna put it out there, because when I say things and I say it to the public, that's when I make it real. But I need to learn a full manifesting and everything, a full conversation, and like really be able, like how we're having now. I want to be able to have a full conversation just like this in Garifuna.
So I can do that, writing it. I will write. Listen, I will pen pal the heck out of you. You hear me? Like, I could write and then I'll be able to read it back to you. Like, I'll be able to read it back to you and understand what I'm trying to say. But saying it won't come to my mind unless I'm writing it, because that's how we learned first. We learned how to write it first.
Okay.
How to read it and understand what we're writing. So that's how I can translate it. Like, I would have to write it. Like, I will say it in my mind in English or Spanish, whichever way it comes out first. And then I'll translate it and I'll write it in Garifuna, but it will make sense. Like, it won't be backwards or anything. Got you. But now I need to learn
how to speak it that way.
Yes.
Listen, a lot of people are surprised when I sing in Garifuna, because I can sing. There's songs that once I know the song, I can sing it. No accent, no messed up words, nothing. But it's because I know the phonics and I know the sound and I know the effects and I know the, you know what I'm saying, somewhat of the vocabulary, because I've been listening to these songs and I've been listening to certain things since I was younger.
Right.
So there's words that I can say and all that. But the only thing sometimes is, ask me what I'm singing. Ask me to translate it. But I can sing it. Yeah, I can sing it full out. But I translating it and all that, that's where the barrier and that's where the issue is sometimes.
And it could, even like words that I don't feel like I've heard before, I know how to break it down to figure out what it means.
Yes.
Weird.
Yes. Yeah. I know the context. Context clues.
Exactly.
They don't do that no more in schools. Context clues.
Like compound words in English, how you could be like, you know, prefix, you know, that's pre, or okay, you know, like that, compound, like that. I could do that.
Yes.
With Garifuna words.
Look at that.
Don't sit here and try to have a conversation with me. I could get up to like a whole 2 seconds with you.
That's where I am. Like I could probably, I get a sentence or two out, but then that's it. Or I'll jump in and out of words, you know?
Yeah.
Complete I am and still singing the songs from Wanichigo. That's right. That's exactly how it is. Once we learn these things, you guys, part of CJC, oh my God, that's another thing where whenever I went to the rehearsals, I started learning more from you guys as well.
Yes, yes. And
You
it's
know?
because Felix, man, he's amazing. He is so amazing. Felix hears, like he can listen, like you can understand
Yeah.
and the pronunciation, and he'll just get it. I was the annoying one that was like, all right, Felix, do we have that in writing? No. All right, so I'm gonna record it, then I have to write it, then I'm gonna read it to myself, and then
you're gonna get it.
and then we on the money. But like I couldn't, boy.
But you see, and that's your way, and you know what it takes for your way to work, and that works.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? That's a key thing that everybody, once you know how your way works or how you work,
that's fact.
You start to soar.
That's fact.
You know what I'm saying? You start to soar because you know how your way works.
You have to learn your learning style.
Yes. What is your learning style? That's right. And this is one of the things that even now, like I tell, children, and one of the things that the school system itself, I can talk about that all day, but it's like, okay, one test for 5 different learning styles. How?
Exactly.
You're making children, it's like you're making children feel like they are stupid when they're not. Right. They just have a different learning style. This is why I use dance and I teach math through dance. I can even teach, if I do choreography, I can tell you where you are and you plot where you are on the X and Y axis. You will plot where you are. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do that, with choreography and with math.
That's dope.
But if you tell a child, okay, this is what you're going to learn, sometimes they don't get it that way. Even mathematics.
I feel like it's the learning part, the teaching part, but the test itself, right? Because you can, it's weird because, all right, it's one test, is going to say the same words, but it's the way they understand it. So the same way I learned how to break down words, right? And how to figure that out, because at the end of the day, it's still the same word. You're not going to change the word. Right. I learned this way and he learns this way. So I'm going to give you another word. No, it's going to still be
another word.
Right. So I would say it will be in the teaching and in the learning, right? So however you learn or however you learn is the way that you need to be taught. And then you need to undo what you just did. That way, however you see it, it will process the right way. That's
right. That's called reverse engineering. That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So Dels Guiti is over here saying, that's right, Jeffelyn, definitely the one who was asking for the breakdown.
Telling you, it was, people used to look
at you. We love you too.
Words, just listen. I'm like, but then I'm going to be singing it wrong.
Yo, but again, however it works for you, that's how it works for you. I know me when I go to classes and when I learn, like, if I'm at a dance class, I may not learn the choreography exactly the way the choreographer wants it right then and there. But once I rehearse it and I keep going over and over and over, I can make it look like that's my choreography.
Fact.
When it's not.
Fact.
It's the choreographer's choreography. But I use my way of learning it to get it down packed the way he wants it or the way she wants it.
Right.
I'm not the fastest learner.
I feel like that's something that as dancers, right? Because I know we had this conversation before. I felt like, you and I are in the back here teaching style. And right now everybody's like up here.
Yeah.
Per class, $20, $25. And you learn like 30 seconds of a dance. It sounds so minimal, guys, but when you're in that class, the first 10 seconds of the dance, you're already confused. You're lost. You're like, bro, we did like 15 moves in 10 seconds. Like,
listen.
And they learn it. That dance class, I felt so slow.
You know what it is, though? You know what it is that I realized, though? Like, I know for me, and I think, well, You're one of my students, so it's kind of the same thing for you. We're like perfectionists.
Yes.
And we want those steps and all of that stuff broken down so that we can get it the way it's supposed to look.
Yes.
Right? I'm very much from a old school Janet Jackson kind of choreography where everybody looked exactly the same.
Exactly.
Back in the day, everybody, if your arm was here, everybody's arm was right here. If you did this, you're wrong.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
But nowadays, it's like, as long as your arm goes up any which way you want it to, it's okay. And it's like,
what do you mean? It's
you
like,
know?
it's like something like this. That's how they was teaching. And I'm like, what do you mean something like, what is the step?
What's the step? Right. Yeah. But now it's like, it's whatever. Even if,
I'm like,
you know, it's here and you want this to be straight, parallel, leveled out, and somebody else does this, it's okay. I still go back to, I'm a perfectionist. I'm trying to get this right. I want to get it exactly how you look, and I want it to be how you want it so that we all look the same. But it is what it is. So, okay, you went from just being Garifuna and you switched it to eminently you.
Yes.
Why did you switch it?
I switched it because I needed it to be more relatable, right? Just being Garifuna is relatable to Garifuna people. You can know it in other people, but it won't be the same. It's like it
Is that me buffering? Got you. Go.
No.
I got you. Yes. It's you.
I'm just on like two. Okay. All right.
Where we at? Go.
Danny. Okay. Anyway.
We're doing good over here. We are on Jada Productions Instagram Live. If you want to see who we're talking to, Jeffelyn Baltazar, eminently you. Go. We're pausing for 2 seconds on her end. Okay, cool. Anybody wants to drop any info on here or any questions on here, you can do that. If not, let's go over here.
I'm back.
Right. Not okay in my choreography. Exactly. You know, complete I am. Jeffelyn, read some of these comments.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you do that one. I'll be on this one.
So we got exactly. As an educator, I can tell you it's how each individual learner processes the information. Facts, complete I am. Very, very factual. That's mastering the task in your own learning process. Yes, yes, yes.
That's right.
Amazon lady, adjusting to different learning styles and different teaching styles. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. All at the time.
Yeah.
And not in my choreography. Tell her I'm proud of her. Aw, thanks.
You know what that is, right?
No.
That's Miriam, Sister Swazo.
Oh! Hey, girl. How you doing? Because, you know, I don't be knowing. All right. Hey, girl.
She runs plug-in a business. She runs Complete I Am. She does fragrances, clothing, a bunch of different things, man. So definitely, you guys, if you're not following Complete I Am, you have to follow Complete I Am. Check them out.
Yes.
Alrighty. Instagram.
All right. So back to you.
The question.
Yes.
Looks like we're gonna run over time. Also, we'll come back on if we do. Go ahead.
So
an hour is not enough, really. Go ahead.
It's not. All right. So eminently you, like I said, I wanted it to be a little more relatable. Using just being Garifuna would have been very, very happy for me, but I needed people to be able to relate. And eminent means just to me,
Thank you.
like being the best you, right? So being authentic to yourself, that's being eminent, being at the top of what you do, right? So being the boss in whatever you're good at, whatever you do. And I feel like that will relate to everyone because we all want to be the best versions of ourselves to be able to, you know, to move on in life and to have a good life. So eminently you, even though I still feel like in eminently you, I'm very, very much Garifuna, honey. I be speaking Spanish.
Of course.
I be
as am I in Jada Dance Academy and Jada Productions, as am I, correct.
I be throwing out some Garifuna words to these American kids and all of that, which is dope. But I feel like with eminently you, is a big umbrella. And I still feel like just being Garifuna is there. It's just under that umbrella.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So what is like a 5-year goal for Eminently You?
Okay, so 5-year goal will be to have a successful all-in-one, what is the word I'm looking for? Not economics. Is another word. I can't think of the word right now, but kind of like Boys and Girls Club, but I needed to be like Eminently You. And the goal in that will be to raise our kids to be ready for the world. So not just starting on
Soaring to greater heights. Where we at?
yes.
Soaring to greater heights. Soaring to greater heights. That's right. That's right.
Eminently You is actually Eminently You mentoring through the arts. So anything to do with the arts, right? So cooking is art. My son knows how to cook, like for real. Not like, oh, it's seasoned, can you fry it? No. You could give my child some, like a pack of chicken. He knows how to clean it, he knows how to season it, and he knows how to cook it. Chicken,
I love that.
steak, any of that. The only thing we're working on right now is the rice. But between that, you know, things that you should know how to do, right? Like there's a lot of grown people that don't know how to wash clothes in real life. Don't know how to clean and stuff. And I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to implement this into this whole curriculum thing that I have. But honestly, I want everything to be sweet, right? So I want you to have your art, whatever. Well, you see my little paintings up here. Yes, I painted all.
I love that.
This one is, I didn't paint that one. Everything else I painted it. So whether you want
to
dance, sing, act, record, produce, anything, I want all of this to be available to you. So I want that to be in the beginning, but almost set stages within the next 5 years, where I'm teaching these kids how to cook. They know how to wash their clothes and all of that. My son been washing his own clothes since he was 5. I do not wash this man's clothes, and he's about to be 13.
That's what's up. See, listen, here's the thing that I will say. There's a lot of stuff. I'm glad you got off of what I'm going to say is the cultural way of raising a young boy.
Oh.
Because a lot of, and females, I still see certain things to this day. And I get the book. I get, what am I trying to say? I get how it works, how it can still work here, how it works best back home, but how it, and I'll also get how it hinders us here. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna most likely find an American female or someone else who has a different culture or a different background or X, Y, and Z or however it may be.
Who is not gonna know how to. Facts. Continue.
You know what I mean? And who's gonna be like, yeah, I don't wash no man's clothes, you know, X, Y, and Z. Okay. You know, I don't do this. You know, and there's certain things culturally that just, how can I say? When you're working from a cultural perspective, you have to know who's who and what's what, right? Within that cultural perspective. But then, so that's the culture, right? But then you also have this outside, this other exterior that you also have to know how to maneuver this same culture in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and if you don't know how to do that, that's when you get completely combobulated and lost and all that stuff like that. So I love the fact that you're teaching him how to do for himself and how to be a man for himself. Yes. There's a lot of stuff that I will say that is not taught to us as men. There's a lot that's not taught to us as men. Even like from hygiene to cooking to, again, like there's a lot of stuff that's not taught to us. You know, I don't know, but even like, again, in the grooming aspect, for example, like little girls are taken to the beauty salon, you know what I'm saying, get their hair done, get their feet done, all this stuff, get groomed, get their face, you know, all this stuff done. But a dude is just left there like, you know, you're going to get a haircut, you're going to get a shape up, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. It is not until. It's not until.
About it.
Go ahead.
You guys get
Say again.
to match your clothes. That's about it.
We get taught to how to match our clothes. And the sad part is, it's not until we're with a mate that we start hearing like, oh, you don't use this and stuff for your face. You don't use this. Like, what? Soap is soap. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Or, or you know what I'm saying? Like, even down to like, you don't wash a certain way. You don't. These are things that we're not taught.
Very true.
So then, and you know what I'm saying? And you know, like, this is where a female is going to tell a guy, yo, you stink. Yo, you smell like this. You smell bad. You, ew, you funky. And honestly, the sad part is, for some men, we don't know. We don't know. We weren't taught that.
Right.
And it's not until you ladies say, you know, we got to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And
But
it's like, oh, I didn't know that.
It shouldn't have to get to that.
It shouldn't have to get to that, but it's like it does, and it's sad, but it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's not until, like, my son, I teach him, okay, you're gonna wash. You know, this is how you're gonna wash. This is what you're gonna do. This is because certain things are not okay. You know, especially him now. He's getting older and he's growing quickly. And it's like, okay, your mom may not be teaching you certain things because she's your mom, but I'm your dad, and I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you. You know. I'm gonna teach you how to make sure when you get a girlfriend, she don't say you stink.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
So,
and I'll tell you exactly what to look for, because look, her Instagram could be cute, but if you see that little toalla right there on the floor, how long that toalla been there? Why is she taking pictures on Instagram and her room is dirty?
listen. Okay. Right. Exactly.
Who are the type of people
Silver dollars jumped on. Go ahead. Say again.
I said, who are the type of people that you're looking for? That's another conversation to have too. Like, the same way we have expectations for you is the same way you should have expectations for, you know, your future mate, or for anything that you want to do in life. Set expectations. Because if you think you're just going to be riding a wave, you don't know where that wave taking you.
Right. Very true. Very true. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Even that, like, oh man, listen, just even down to making like certain life choices. Like I was telling Chris last week, all of these things is things that I implemented, just learning another way to think.
Yes.
Just learning another way to think.
What's going on, family? All right, listen. J-Dub Dance Academy will be back in full effect for the 2023 season, okay? J-Dub Dance Academy. Remember, it's a free dance program here in the Bronx, New York. So if you're in New York, it's open to all the 5 boroughs, children from ages 5 on up to teens, okay? Right now, we are in audition phase, so for the next couple of weeks, we will be auditioning more youth, so definitely come through. Doors are open for the youth in all 5 boroughs. Once again, all 5 boroughs starting from the age of 5 and up. We're also looking for dance interns. So if you're a teen and you want to be a part of a team teaching and choreographing for the younger ones, you can come and let us know as well. You don't even have to be a teen. You can be a little bit above a teen. Also, dancers and choreographers. If you want to come in and teach, if you want to give back, let us know. Hit us up on Instagram. Okay, you can hit us up on Instagram at J-Dub Productions, which is the main company. You could also follow J-Dub Dance Academy on Instagram as well. But hit us up at the main branch, which is J-Dub Productions on Instagram, and we'll disseminate where you need to go. Now, let me say something. If you're looking for dance classes or dance programs where a 12-year-old is looking like she's 19, this ain't that, and that ain't this. All right? But if you want something where we're going to build the child's self-esteem, their performance techniques, their building alter egos, just in case they're shy, but we're still going to get them to perform. Yes, this is what you're signing up for. All right? This is what you're signing up for. So, again, if you're looking for sexy moves and all that stuff and being 12 and looking like you're 19, 20, 21, this ain't that, and that ain't this. But if you want a respectable dance program where your child is going to learn and grow and not only show up for the performances on the stage, but actually show up for the performance called life, hit us up. 3630 3rd Avenue here in the Bronx. All right, Frederick Douglass Academy. We are there from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. All right, y'all. Peace. Sign up. Click the link below. Send us an email at info@jduffproductions.com. info@jduffproductions.com. Click the link. Click the link in the bio. Yeah, click the link in this video. I don't know. Anyway, again, J Dub Dance Academy will be back in full effect. It is a free dance program open to the public, children in all of 5 boroughs from ages 5 on up. Okay, ages 5 and up. Every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 3633 3rd Avenue, Bronx, New York, 10456. Frederick Douglass Academy. See you there.
We are back. We are back. But yes, so that's what I was saying. Like, there's a lot of us who don't know, what hygiene is and what real hygiene is and how to take care of our bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's just
It's a lot.
There's a lot. There's even, and I'll speak personally for me. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I did not know. Growing up and when I was younger, and it wasn't until I think I had to do a show or an event, and like I'm changing, and somebody said something to me. You know what I'm saying? One of my people said something to me, and I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" That's when I realized, like, oh wow, like okay. Then this was okay. Of course, when I was younger, it wasn't now. It wasn't no time now. You know what I'm saying?
You grown now. You grown now.
No time. It was, what I'm saying, years back, but I didn't know. I didn't know. And shout out honestly, because some people feel like, stop laughing, Miriam, it's not funny. But anyway, nah, but like shout out to those people and those friends who pull you to the side and tell you certain things.
Yes.
Shout out to people, because you have the people who won't tell you nothing
and will just sit there and talk, and that's not nice.
They will talk behind your back. That's one, which is the bad part. But there's some people who think, or who have grown up and have been taught that to bring it up is rude.
That too.
Get it? There's some people who won't say nothing because they don't want to be rude. They'll just tolerate it.
Yeah.
But shout out to those people who actually do pull you to the side and be like, yo, listen, you got to check this, you got to check that, you got to see what's going on with this, you got to see what's going on with that.
I'm one of those people. My mother said that's why I don't have friends. I have friends, but she'd be like I remember when I was younger, and it'll be like people around me, and then it's like a couple of weeks, a couple of months. She's like, oh, where's so and so? And then I'm like, she's like, what did you do? And it's like, I did nothing. All I do is tell the truth, and I don't try to embarrass anybody because I wouldn't want anyone embarrassing me. And that's
thank you, 2020 vision. Right, exactly. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Yep. For me, it's like, okay, tell them. You know what I'm saying? Tell them. So we were at eminently your future goals, your future perspectives, your goals and all that stuff as well. I'm loving everything that you're doing. I'm loving everything that you're doing. I'm loving where you know what I'm saying? Your whole timeline of where you started from, where you at now.
Yes.
Yes. Being a teenage mother who
say that
broke stereotypes.
Yes.
Big time.
Yes.
Big time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Raise a little boy like you like, hats off to you.
Oh, thanks.
You know what I'm saying? And hats off to P. You know what I'm saying? Because he stepped in, and it's like, yo, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna make this work.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like your whole, like you're blessed, yo. You're blessed.
Amen. I received that in Jesus' name.
Yes. You are blessed. You are blessed. You are blessed.
Yes.
You are blessed.
Yes.
All right. So, question.
Yes.
What is something that you would like to see J-Dub Productions do?
Woo.
Let me get my notepad. Here we go.
I would like to see J-Dub definitely continue inspiring. But the one thing that I noticed that you do is you inspire even when you don't know all of the individual information that's needed, right? So it's more like a general inspiration. And one of the things that I'm trying to do personally also with Eminently You is try to personalize it as well, right? So the group of kids that you do have or that you're working with right now, like, what are your goals? And how can I help you get there? Or what are the ways that we can get to there? So I would like to see J-Dub do that, because your reach is so much bigger than Eminently You right now. And I feel like a lot of people respect and look up to you, whether it's because you're a dancer, whether it's because you're a mentor, whether it's because, you know, you've done it all. Like literally, like from, all right, I'm gonna teach you how to dance. Somebody else is gonna record. All right, I'm gonna teach you how to dance, and I'm gonna learn how to record because I need to learn how to record. I'm gonna teach you how to dance. I'm gonna learn how to record, and I'm gonna learn how to edit. You see what I'm saying? But that's because you know where you're going, and so you know those steps to take. And so a lot of our kids that we're teaching now, they know their end result. They don't know how to get there. And when we teach broad, right? Like broadly, like it's not specific to one child or another, it does help, but it will help even more if we knew. Because sometimes they just like to dance, but they really want to be a basketball player. Or they really love to dance, but they love to cook, right? Like Vanessa. Like if it was something that we could have done for Vanessa when you were doing her Sweet 16, I'm very, very confident that Vanessa would have had her own restaurant right now. Because she's that good. She's good enough to teach people what she's doing and run her own show. Right?
Yes.
So that's what I would like J-Dub to start doing. And I would also start implementing that with my kids. Because literally the first class is, all right, so what do you want to be? You like dancing, but what do you want to do with your life? Because that is where the biggest part of the push comes in, right? We inspire. And we inspire, so we cause the wind, right? We bring the wind, and everyone has their parachutes and they fly wherever they go. But I need us to start the wind and then put some navigation systems on all these parachutes so that they can get closer to their end goal.
I love that. I love that navigation systems. Oh my gosh. Okay. I like that. Okay. Done. And I'm asking this from like everybody. I'm going to keep asking it from everybody. Like, what's something you want to see J-Dub Productions do as we interview? Because I feel like, one, I would be nowhere without my students. You know what I'm saying?
There's no teacher without no students. That's a fact.
There's no teacher without no students. You know, and that's something that I always say. And this is one of the reasons why I always look back at you guys, and I always make sure, okay, what is it? I always made sure to give you guys gems, right? And empowerment and seeds, for growth, right? Because I also knew that one day the tables will turn.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? The tables turn. And so so basically you guys give back to me what I've given to you. Right. And the cycle continues.
Exactly.
And the cycle continues.
Right.
And that's the beauty. Yes. And we continue to pass it on. And then we come back and do something like this, a phase 2. Where are they now? Because the impact and the cycle is going to continue again.
And it's going to keep going.
And it's going to keep going.
And
this is one of the things, reciprocity, right? And this is one of the things that I always tell people. And I had a conversation with, I had a conversation with my brother where it's like, he went into a DJ store, right? Because he's a DJ. When he was younger, he and my older brother, they both used to DJ. Now my younger brother just DJs. Shout out to DJ Cash, look him up. We're IGN on Facebook. Okay. So when they were younger, they used to go into like the record shops and the DJ shops and all that. And there were people who would not pay them any attention. But there was this one man who made sure to attend them, even though they were younger, because he said, you guys, he told everybody else that he works with, you guys don't realize those children are going to be adults one day.
That's facts.
Watch how you treat them. Those children are going to be adults one day. And to this day, every time my brother goes in there, he finds the same person and always deals with the same person. Everybody else now tries to jump in and be like, oh, do you want? And he just remembers, no, you are the same people who shunned me last time. So I want the same people I used to work with.
That's facts.
The same one that always attended me and came in, you know what I'm saying, and did not look at us as children. That's what I'm going to go to.
That's facts. That's facts.
So, you know, children remember. Somebody wrote something in the comments. Keep on inspiring. Read that.
Which one? Hold on.
I think it's the last one. And then we gotta go back in the comments and read some stuff.
All right. So it says, keep
Maybe
on
like
inspiring and being eminently you. Thank you for sharing your story. Oh, thanks. Blessings and peace to you. Please let me know how I can be of assistance to catapult your mission and vision. Yes. Hallelujah. I will. I sure will.
So this is what this is about, man. We're gonna be on here. Listen, we're gonna empower lives. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep doing what we do. This is who we are. You know what I mean? And this is the essence of J-Dub Productions. This is the essence of what soaring to greater heights is all about.
Yes. Let me see. Doing that thing, mamita. Amen. Yes. All right.
Loving your comments. Thank you.
Yes. Jeffelyn, you better tell me. I will, D'Andrea. Oh, that's so funny. All right, let me see.
We're over here on IG Live. Join us on IG Live. Or you can keep it right here. Okay, so I have a few words that I'm going to shout out to you. You're just going to say what it is that comes to your mind.
All right.
Family.
Love.
Okay.
I say love because love is patient, okay, and is very unconditional, and that's something that I've learned. Family is family. You, whether you like them, you don't like them, they like you, they don't like you, they're family and they're there for a reason. And a lot of people who don't even share your blood, who are your friends, you consider family. And that's a different kind of love. That's you could yell at me right now, but if I see you getting jumped, bruh, who that? Who did it? Right?
Right.
So I say love, because love is unconditional and it doesn't have there's no strings attached. Yeah.
Got you. That's interesting because my next word was going to be love.
Well, love, unconditional. That'll be the next word because like that's just what it is. I don't it's not love if it has conditions, right? Like I will love you if you do this for me. I will love you, you know, if, you know, when. That's not love. That's you expecting something. That's not love. So love, I will say the word that comes with that would be unconditional, which means like no strings attached. If you're gonna love for real. Don't fake the funk.
I love that. Culture.
Woo. Culture. Self. I say self. Culture, yeah, self. It's I know it sounds weird, but culture, there's outside culture, right? And then there's internal culture. So the internal culture is the things that you grew up with, that you grew up around, and whether it was in your conscience or your subconscious, it was always around you, right? So us as Garifuna people will be the music, the food, dancing. You don't have to be a dancer to like being in that, right? Because that's part of our culture. And culture, I would say self, because wherever you take yourself and the things you experience, that adds on to your own culture. Culture doesn't have to be an outside entity. right? So like the Garifuna culture, technically, yeah, that is an outside entity, right? But within me, I have my own culture, which is why I can branch out things like Eminently You and just being Garifuna. And I could teach
Mm-hmm.
hip hop, and I could teach salsa, and I
Mm.
could do my hair, and I could cook, right? Because it's in my culture inside of me. So I feel like every individual has its own culture. Now there's outside entities that are cultures as well. But I think culture is very much internal.
Okay. It's going back also to something you said earlier, and this is something that I always felt like. I always feel like I am blessed to be Garifuna because I can relate to so many other cultures.
Yes.
Just because I'm Garifuna.
Exactly. And that's
We can
because
relate
it's
to so
within
many.
you. It's because it's within you and your understanding
Right.
is different, right? So there are people who love languages and it's hard for them to learn other languages. But I feel like us as Garifunas, we could kind of tie into a lot of different intellects and a lot of different languages and a lot
That's
of
right.
different sounds, and we could
That's
pick up
right.
a lot of different spices. Now that is the
Yep.
outside entity of culture, right? But we still have it on the inside of us as well.
That makes sense. I like that. Okay. Okay. Yes, yes. Who said something about culture? Internal. Yes. Proud. Loving your comments.
Yes.
Oh, loving your comments. Loving your comments. So everybody's commenting on IG, just in case y'all wondering who I'm talking to
Yes.
or what's going on. Jeffelyn Baltazar, Eminently You. Yeah. So stay on that wave. There are people who like, okay, basically when I grew up, and I grew up in Coney Island, like like we lived in this huge building, right? And on down the hallway, we had Puerto Ricans,
Mm-hmm.
right? Some Americans as well. On the 8th floor, we had a Puerto Rican family we were cool with, and a Trinidadian family we were cool with, right? In the building, there were also like Dominicans. So we were surrounded by like a conglomerate of culture, right? Of culture, everybody, right? So, and because of that, and through that, like I realized like there's certain foods that we all eat, but we just call it different names.
Yep.
We just call it different names.
Yep.
And that was able to, that even allowed me to see how we're connected to all these different cultures.
Yes.
You know, and even those of us who know it, the central essence and the central culture is Africa.
Right. Right.
You know, and from there it disperses. People who you have Mofongo and Mango.
Facts.
Right? Puerto Rico, DR, right? Or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But what do they use? They use a Hana.
Basically.
And the Hana is African.
Yes, it is.
The Hana is African.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So we all go right back and connect right back at the motherland.
Everything goes back.
Everything goes back and everything connects. Right?
Yep.
Vision.
Ooh, vision. Limitless. I would say limitless. I would say limitless because you're gonna have different visions. Sometimes it's gonna be the same vision and it's gonna come in different ways, right? But don't let that limit don't let that limit you. Be limitless, continuous, be continuous. Just let it keep going, like to infinity and beyond. Just keep going. Just let the vision keep going, because just because you see one thing, that doesn't mean that that is your end all be all. That is probably just your beginning. So, yeah.
Yeah. Today too, like I feel like I've done so much, I've accomplished a lot, but now it feels like I went from let's say high school, right? You were freshman, junior, senior, right? Freshman, junior, sophomore, senior, and you graduate,
Freshman,
right?
sophomore, junior, senior.
Freshman, sophomore, junior, there you go. I forgot that. Well, has it been that long? I just graduated from high school. No, I'm joking. No, but but so I say that to say you get all the way up to being a senior to go to college and be a freshman again.
Yes.
You know, right? But I feel like I'm starting the freshman stage of a whole new level, a higher level.
Right.
You know,
right.
And it's I love it because once again, somebody wrote, "Our destiny is greater than we can imagine." This is so true.
Which is why you have to keep that vision has to be limitless. It has to keep growing because the world keeps evolving.
Yes.
So like even the best architect last year, now he's thinking of something new, right? The best teachers last year don't know how to use Zoom. You got to keep going. You got to keep going.
You got to keep learning. You got to keep adding
learning.
To your repertoire.
Learning never stops.
It never stops. And that's the thing. That's one thing. Learning only stops when you're going. You know what I'm saying? When you take that spiritual journey, you left your body. That's when learning stops.
Right.
And even at that very last second, you're learning something new.
That's facts.
Even at that very last second, you're learning something new. You know, like BJOG says, you know, our destiny is greater than we can imagine. This is true. And this is something that I know us connecting and intertwining and all that stuff like that, it's greater than us.
Way bigger.
It is greater than us. We're like threads in this bigger tapestry.
Yes.
Call the world and call the universe.
Yes, we are.
Limitless. All right. Stagnation.
Oof. Stagnation. Death. And wow. I know that sounds harsh because it's like there's no coming back from death, right? But being stagnant is the beginning of a downward spiral, right? I feel like when you're stagnant in life and then you put your mind to your stagnation and now your mind is stuck and now you're stuck is not okay. Is really hard to come back from that. Now, have people risen from the dead? Yes, we've seen it in the Bible, right? But it's so much harder, right? You need kind of like a miracle. You need all of these things, but don't get to that. Don't ever get stagnant. Ever. Like if there's one thing that's just not working for you and it's frustrating you right now, tap into something else that you really like just for right now. That doesn't mean that you're leaving this alone. That doesn't mean that you're saying, I don't want to do that. That's not what you're saying. You're saying that you need a mental break. Because what you don't want is to then get overly frustrated and then really stay stuck. So I would say death, because that's not a good thing and we don't want to get there. We want to live our best life. So that is the way you should feel when anything stagnant or, no, take stagnant out of your vocabulary. Unless you're talking about peace. Peace, be still. That's the only thing that needs to be still in your life. Other than that, don't be stagnant. Keep going. We're alive. We're still breathing. We wake up tomorrow. Today, I could be mad and want to burn everything down. I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to wake up. It's going to be a brand new day. Brand new day. Today, it could be raining. Tomorrow, the sun going to come out.
Yo, this is very true.
Don't be stagnant.
This is very, very, very true.
Who's calling me, please? Somebody just keep calling.
That's something that for me, like I want to get to the level in my life where when I take my last breath, it's me knowing that I did everything I was capable of even doing.
Exactly.
That's exactly where I want to be. I don't want to get to my deathbed and be there with regrets. I didn't do this. I didn't do this. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I don't want to get there. I want to get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm at my deathbed and I'm complete. I'm done. I did everything that I needed to do. I did everything that I needed to do. We have a comment over here, and I want you to do some comments over there, and then we're going to close out. Okay. BJOG, there is no limit to the greatness that is in us. We are often our own roadblocks because we are scared of the what if. This is so true. This is so true. This is so true. This is so true. Keep pushing. And this is something that I even thought about earlier this morning.
Yes.
Where it's like,
yes.
Even with this, okay. So we're on live on Facebook, and I haven't learned how to connect you yet. Most likely next week, what I'm gonna have to do is do 2 phones instead of a computer and a phone, or figure out again how to. But my thing is, I'm not afraid to make mistakes anymore. I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I'm not afraid of not having everything perfect, because perfection doesn't exist. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to not have everything perfect. There's gonna be times where, like, even when I did my 365-day dance challenge, 365-day dance challenge, hashtag 365-day dance challenge on Instagram, you will find my work. Even when I did that and when I started that off, it was like, some of this is going to be me practicing in front of your face. I don't have a problem with that.
Listen, me either. Because you know why? The same people that are watching us, when we got this all down packed and we have screens popping up and we have all of these words coming down the bottom of the stage, y'all going to be like, dang, I remember how they started? You know, they had to, you see their finger trying to fix the comments.
Trying to pray,
all of this stuff. Yeah, but guess what? This is good for people to see our beginning, because that also motivates them, right? When they see where we're going and where we're going to get to in the next 2 interviews. By the next 2 interviews, you're going to be deep up.
It's going to be a whole different thing. Exactly. And so even that, okay, because of the 365-day dance challenge, that took me to Korea.
Which
you know what I mean?
Super dope. I was so hyped.
That took me to Korea. Paid, everything. And then money to spend and money to bring back home.
Hello.
So don't be afraid of things not being perfect in order for you to start off, or for you to push or to try to get to where start. Just start. You guys just start. There's people out there, just start. Just start.
It doesn't, you don't have to start with a big MTV production. Okay, because let me tell y'all, the first Eminently You show ever, I taught 13 kids, and it was a one-time $10 fee for me to teach them, and I taught them for about 3.5 months. You could say basically that was free. Basically.
Right? Yeah. You taught them for free.
And that was a great, awesome show. It was super dope. Everyone was excited, and it was from there that so many other people were like, oh my God, I gotta put my child in this. I gotta put my child.
Yes.
And I definitely wasn't ready. So look, don't tell yourself that you're ready for everything and I don't want to start small, because then when they start coming, you're like, oh my God, wait. I don't got nobody to do all this paperwork. You know, but it's gonna come, and you guys are gonna be blessed. Just don't think it has to be a $1 billion production in the beginning. Start with what you have. Like Mariano's grandmother, she wasn't outside looking no type of raggedy. She had to heat up her iron, and she was she was looking like $1 billion every day.
Okay, there you go. Having to heat up iron. Yeah, the old school. And again, there's always another way of doing stuff. There's always a way. So find that way, find what works for you, find what's best for you, and make it happen.
Yes.
Make it happen. That's the bottom line of it. Make it happen.
Yes.
Gassy, natural beauty. Let's do this. Where we at? Boom. Let's read some comments from IG. I read the comments from here.
The ones from here is like facts. Hi. Thumbs up. I second that. Wow. Main takeaway, just start. Nice.
Yeah.
And super proud of you both. So a lot of them were just basically like agreeing with what we were saying. So we definitely thank each and every person that has been
Yes.
on this, and each and every person that will catch the replay.
Yes.
Yes. And if you
Thank
guys have
you.
any questions, please put them in the comments so that we can read them. And if you have any questions for myself, or if anyone on my Instagram has any questions for Mariano, which is one of my mentors, if you guys didn't know, for those of you guys that are just jumping on, he was definitely one of my mentors, and is doing the same thing that I'm trying to do as well.
You're succeeding. You'll get and you'll get even bigger. And that's the goal. You'll get even bigger. Yeah.
Amen.
You'll get even bigger. Trust me. That's in the universe. That's in the air. God got it. So
That's right.
You will. So, okay. Pre-COVID-19, we were in talks of myself, J-Duff Productions, coming out there to ATL and doing something with Eminently You.
Yes, please.
So, yes, that is still something that's going to happen. So everybody out there in Atlanta, look out. That is definitely something that's going to happen. I definitely want to work with your children. Create a show, create what we can do. Of course, we can continue planning, and we can always use these same vehicles that we have here.
That's right.
To record, to continue chatting, recording, pre-prepping everything, choreographing, and all that stuff like that. So
yes,
definitely doing something big time. Yeah. Anything you want to tell the public before we go?
So I just want to let you guys know that basically don't let nothing stop you. Let your visions continue to be limitless. Don't think of any obstacles in a bad way, like anything trying to stop you. Think of it more as encouragement. Think of it more as you learning a different way to do something. And, you know, just keep reaching beyond the stars, right? Reach for another solar system, because I'm tired of these stars right here. Everybody reaching for the same ones. Reach to another solar system. Find us, get out of the Milky Way. Find us something else and name it.
Name it and claim it.
That's right. Name it and claim it.
Let's not be stagnant. Woo, this thing's on a move now.
Yes.
They put it back here. All right. So let's not be stagnant. Let's continue to rise above and get basically again to the highest, most truest essence and sense of ourselves. That's where we need to be, and that's where we need to go.
Yes.
That is bottom line, right?
Hey, quick question. You ever thought about having a Quinces Sweet 16, or you're planning one for your child? I know you're probably talking to family members, or you're watching YouTube, right? But the process is still overwhelming. Okay, so my name is Mariano Martinez, and over the past 20 years, I've been doing memorable Quinces and Sweet 16s for all of my clients. I've been able to make their court members, chambelanes, look like professional dancers, even if they weren't. And I've been able to take the stress away from all of my clients.
Thank you, J-Duff Productions.
Now, I just created a quick case study video about this whole process. If you want the video, click the link below, put in your best email, and I'll send that right over to you. Looking forward to talking to you. Y por supuesto que sí, también hablamos español. Peace.
Please go on Eminently You on YouTube. That is a brand new channel that I started for the kids that I've been working on Zoom. If you are interested in your child taking any dance lessons via Zoom, please hit me up on the DM, on my DM on Eminently You, or on my personal DM, Jeffelyn, I think Martinez on Instagram.
Yes.
Right, don't do that. Shh. And also, if you guys want to check out any of the Garifuna stuff that we have been putting out, it is on Just Being Garifuna on YouTube. And we are on Facebook and on Instagram. So that's it. Shout out to everybody that came on to support and help. I just want to shout out to all the Just Being Garifuna students in Atlanta. Shout out to all my Eminently You students and their parents, because you guys are awesome. And to all my future students of the world, shout out to y'all.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody who's been on the live, who supported us, who's been watching, who's been commenting on Facebook and on Instagram. Shout out to everybody who's going to be a part of phase 2.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who's been a part of J-Dub Productions in any facet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I'm excited. I just want to say I'm excited for everybody's interview. I'm going to be on like crazy, y'all. For real, for real, for real. I'm so excited for everyone. Just seeing everyone on the video that you put up.
Yes.
I was like this. I'm so proud of this. I'm so proud.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Jeffelyn.
Yes.
I appreciate you. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Reciprocity. Reciprocity.
That's right.
All right, y'all. Let's take us out. What we going to hear as we go out?
I don't know. Give me something cute, though, because I don't know what we started with. I don't know what that was.
Hey.
Okay. I felt that.
All right. Thank y'all for being here. Love y'all. Stay blessed on both sides, both aspects. We see y'all next week.